World History Channel. Today, we have a very special guest, Vladmir Lenin. Vladmir Lenin was a Russian revolutionary and communist politician who founded the Bolshevik Party. In October 1917, Lenin's Bolsheviks took power. Lenin believed that a small, disciplined, professional group of revolutionaries was needed to violently overthrow the capitalist system. Vladmir Lenin made the idea of socialism a reality. Today, we are fortunate enough to go back in time and be with Lenin himself. Now, going to our leading correspondent, Serena Ivanka Smirnov.
Good morning. Serena Ivanka Smirnov here on location in the Winter Palace in Petrograd. We have a very special guest for you today, Vladmir Lenin.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Grab my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. 'Cause when I leave for the night, I ain't.
Have a seat. Thanks for being here. Would you like a drink?
Yes, please. Red vodka, every Russian's favorite.
Indeed. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Russian vodka, Vladimir Lenin's beverage of choice and part of a healthy lifestyle.
So tell us about your rise to power.
Well, I come from a long line of revolutionaries. My mother instilled a need in me to fight for the free society and the rights of all people. I went on to study law at the Kazan University, and that's where I became really impassioned with the ideas of Karl Marx.
Can you explain the concept of Marxism?
Of course. Marxism is Karl Marx's collection of ideas about communism. Thank you, Serena.
No problem.
He told us that the proletariat, or the working class, would inevitably overthrow the money-driven bourgeoisie and set up a completely democratic and free socialist society. Some of the things he wanted were to abolish separate nations, abolish institutionalized marriage, free trade, that's the big one, personal property, and he wanted to create state-owned banks and agriculture so that all the people would be provided for equally and have food.
Agree with Marx on some points?
Yes. Yes. You see, Marx imagined that the proletariat would have the consciousness to rise itself up and begin the revolution itself. Well, I think these people need the intelligent leadership of a determined and organized party. In the case of Russia, this would be the Bolshevik Party. A party will be necessary to effectively bring a socialist society.
You have founded many groups based on Marxist ideals. Care to elaborate on some?
Yes. The first group I founded was called the League of Struggle for the Emancipation of the Working Class. I was trying to bring together all the other groups who had praised Marx's ideas and join everyone into one consolidated revolutionary force.
But didn't these radical ideas result in many arrests for you?
Yes, arrests and exiles. But they all taught me valuable lessons that helped me reach the level of success I now attained. I had the chance to write and publish almost 30 books while I was in exile. My first being The Development of Capitalism in Russia. Recommend you pick one up.
Amazon.com.
But it's not about me. It's about the proletariat.
So what happened in the days following the October Revolution?
Great question, Serena. In the early hours of October 26, 1917, just after the October Revolution, the Second Congress of the Soviets adopted a proclamation drafted by myself, which declared the provisional government overthrown and laid out the new Soviet government's program. Do you mind?
Sure. Why not?
All right, our program consisted of an immediate armistice on all fronts. This was a big one that the Russian people were really yearning for. As you know, we were involved in World War I at the time.
Right.
There was a transfer of land to peasant communities. In other words, taking away from the bourgeoisie. The workers had good control over production in the factories and such. The convocation of the Constituent Assembly, meaning a new elected government, which was mostly representatives of the Bolshevik Party. Bread was distributed to all the cities, and the right of self-determination was given to all nations which were inhabiting Russia. That very evening, the Congress met for a second time and took 3 actions: the decrees on peace and land, and the formation of our new government.
Fantastic. Thanks for explaining. So tell me, what's your recipe for success?
Peace, land, and bread.
Thanks for being here. Is that like... You founded many groups based on Marxist ideals. But didn't these radical ideals... Fantastic. Thanks for explaining. Now, after all of that success, what do you say is your recipe? Stop.
Awesome.
Bread, because your vodka needs a friend.